We're just gonna have to end the video here today, I guess. You know, pleather, plastic leather. Show you more. Well, you can't always be a winner. Welcome to RCindustry. Well, hey, it's Rick here, and today we're going to work on old Bertha or Beulah or Betsy or whatever it is Eric calls this truck. We got a couple of things that we need to do. Some of you saw the short where we put some new tires on it, had the wheels balanced, and I know you saw the video where we were having trouble getting the upper ball joints out. Well, so we took it to our local guy that does some of our work that we can't do ourselves, and they had a heck of a time doing it as well. But we do have new ball joints in, front end's been aligned, tires balanced. So next step is a couple of things we need to do. One of the things we want to do is put a tachometer in this so that Eric kind of knows his RPMs, you know. It's always nice to know. And this window doesn't go up and down correctly. Something is in a bind in there, so we gotta dig into that and see what's going on. And then also, one of the things we'd like to do is get the rims painted and get the hubcaps cleaned up. The Moon hubcaps, the original, you know, dog dish, Dodge, yeah, get those popping back on there. So, thanks for coming along. Let's get right to it. Show you more. Okay, well, just like everything else, we're going to try to make this just like brand used. So, instead of doing the right thing and getting, you know, the right amounts of wire and everything, this is what we've got to work with here. This is an Arco-Tac. I looked that up, and that's an older brand of racing equipment. And this thing is heavy, man. This is metal. So, yeah. But the wires are kind of short on it. So I got some wires here, and we're going to take some of these connectors, you know, stuff like this, and we're going to hook all this together, make some longer wire, and we'll go from there. So with that being said, I'll show you more. Okay, well, one of the important things is we got to figure out where we want to put this. He's got a nice dash, so I don't want to like drill a hole in that necessarily. And if you put it here, that's kind of in the way of that. Yeah, I'm just not real sure. This collar moves around like this, so we can't strap it to that. This is pretty, but you know, it's kind of in the way of the speedometer if we put it there. Not sure. Let me play with this and we'll see if we can figure out where we want to mount it. Show you more. Okay, so this is what we wound up with. I put me some two-sided tape on that just to, you know, because of the vibration. Then we put us a nice clamp around the column here because it doesn't interfere. This doesn't have a locking collar or a locking steering wheel, so it really doesn't affect anything. It's out of the way of the turn signals over here. And, you know, yeah, you can't see the speedometer, but the speedometer is one of those ones that does this. So, it's really useless anyway. So, this is what we got. Now let's take this piece of wire wrap and work this down and under the dash, and let's see if we can get some of this hooked up. Okay, well, we got developments. So, the old tachometer here was working intermittently, and I kept messing around with the wire, and I realized that the ground wire has come loose off the circuit board. Now, I don't think you guys can see in there too good, but right in there is where that thing's got to be soldered onto. So I got the soldering gun out here, and we're going to attempt to clear that out and then push that down in there and put some solder on it. So if it doesn't work, well, you know, we're only out $5. So anyway, this is how things go when you're making them just like brand used. Well, you can't always be a winner. apparently we know that why it was $5 at a garage sale. Well, let's go ahead and move over to this project and see if we can get this door or the window to go up and down properly. Something's messed up in there. Well, I know it is because we've been in it before, and yeah, that whole window track is rusted in two, and we tried to make one and it worked for a few years, but something's going on in there. So let's tear this open and check it out. Well, luckily this was an easy fix. So what was happening was when you would crank it up, this it would go over here to the end of this and ride this up like it's supposed to, but this trail or this bracket over here was out of adjustment right here. So I loosened this up, pulled this over, and now it goes up and down without getting in a bind and falling off the track. So I'm gonna put a little grease on this. Oh, my thumb's in the way, sorry. I'm gonna put a little grease on this and put it back together. You might note that the reason this was out of adjustment right here, I don't know if you can see very good, it's not wanting to focus, but the stuff that's in here, whatever this is called, the felt stuff, is broke off about right there and missing. So when it got down in there, it would slide over, causing this end to pop off the track. So is it fixed right? No. Is it fixed just like brand used? Yes. Okay, well, it's a day or 12 later, and we're back on the 72 Dodge. Still no luck with the tachometer, and I haven't found another used one. We may just actually have to buy a new one. So Eric took the spare tire down out from underneath this thing and went to the tire store, tried to get there before it closed, to get the spare tire mounted up, you know, because we probably ought to have one for this thing if we're going to drive it, or he's going to drive it down to the No Name National. So this thing is corroded up, typical Dodge issue, rust on the ground ports here where it grounds into the fender, and we got all that cleaned up. I got the park light working now, but we're going to have to get in here and see why the turn signal connection is not making. Show you more. Well, hey, sorry for the interruption in today's video, but I wanted to take this short opportunity to let you know about Shop RCindustry. Yes, you can go to Shop RCindustry and you can get you this trucker's hat. Order online today. We also have shirts, white, gray, and black. And wintertime is coming, so get you a hoodie. We appreciate any purchase you make on Shop RCindustry. You can go to the About section in your phone, scroll down to the very bottom and click on that tab and it'll take you right there. All the proceeds are going back into the builds here at RCindustry. Here at RCindustry, we're making it just like brand used, baby. And now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Okay, so you can kind of see down in here, this, the ground keeps coming off of that. This terminal here is kind of probably been hot from not making a good ground, and it makes resistance and heats that up. So that's kind of sunk down in there, and I don't think it's making good connection with the little terminals on the bulb. So I have before kind of sanded that place down a little bit. The place I'm talking about is this plastic Bakelite piece. Sand that down a little bit so that the bulb can actually touch this. Because if the ground wouldn't keep coming off of this and you would touch that while it's blinking, it will flash. So I know it's getting power through the connection here. So let's work on that a little bit. So I've got a new bulb here, and I got that cleaned up down in there. Let's see if we can keep that on the ground there. And let's just make sure we're working. So that's park, and there's your turn. Okay. And if you ain't got one of these, this thing is fantastic. I've had this for 20 years. Well, probably 40 years. I don't know. I say 20, but it's probably maybe 50. That's one of my first tools I ever bought. Okay, so let's see Sounds like we're getting some thunder in here. Of course, it's going to start raining. Okay, so we got flasher and we got park. So let's get this thing cleaned up, or I mean back installed, and we'll check it out. Show you more. Now you watch that and you tell me if that's working. That should be park light. Yeah. That should be turn signal. Yeah. Well, finally we got something that's working right, but now it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna have to pack up and show you more. Okay, well, we're back here in the depths of the shop, so to speak, and something I've been wanting to do. Well, there's the bearings for old dolly parking that I got to get put in on the driver's side. This thing that I bought for $1 at the garage sale, and this is for blue brown. So, look at this, it's fancy. And of course it's got the inside here where you can put CDs or cassettes, and since we got a cassette player, but we need to kind of take this apart. I'm gonna take this off because we've got to refinish this. She's got a rip in it, and, well, we just can't have that. And the rest of this is in pretty good shape, but boy, it's nasty. So let's get this taken off of here, and then we'll get the shop back, see if we can clean some of this, cooter hair out of here and whatever all the rest of this is, and go from there. Show you more. Yeah, so you can tell it only cost $1 because right there's the sticker, and it's been on there a lot of years because she's a kind of made into the pleather there. So pleather, plastic leather. Anyway, okay, it's not real Corinthian. I'll just say it that way. So let's, actually I think I'll leave that. Let's take it off of here. And put them screws up there so we can lose them. There's that. So that ought to be easy to recover. I can't believe that'd be too hard. I think that's wood. We can probably staple it, if nothing else. We just got to find something that's kind of that color. And then the rest of this, I think we can clean up. Let me get the shop back over here. We'll start with the shop back. Show you more. All right, so we got the screws out of that. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing is like, I don't know what all that gross is, but I'm just gonna take it in the house and scrub it with some Dawn dish soap. Dawn cleans everything. See, it's fairly clean down in there, and then we can sweep this part out. All right, show you more. Okay, well, Eric's back from the tire store, and he's wrestling that around trying to put that back up under there, the factory way. So I got that put back in there after I had to take some sandpaper and get rid of whatever that was. I don't know if it was glue or what, but now we got to get our cassettes put in here. They just go right in there. Got a couple of good ones here. And then, of course, these are the best bands in the United States. Sideline, Time Will Tell, and Second Chance Band, Carry On. There we go. So, got that in there.
Where's it at?
What do you want? Oh, that trash, it does stink.
Does?
Yeah, it's got some ham bones or something in it. Spray some of that cologne on it or something. Man, that's nasty.
Keep that closed.
All right, so I'm gonna have to take my pliers here, and because this original Armor All cleaner stuff, this part here don't work so good. You only get one spray out of it. Whoops. Well, I can't get that. Ugh. You only get one good spray out of it, and then you gotta take the pliers, pull it back up. So this is just like brand used for sure. So we're gonna spray this down. It may take a little bit. And then we're gonna see if we can clean some of this up. Show you more. Okay, well, I hope you can hear me because it's raining like cats and dogs out there. Yeah. All right, so we got this thing cleaned up about the best as it's gonna get. So let's move this out of the way. Over here, workbench is getting full. Now what I got in here is some leather. If you remember, we used this green leather in the LTD, I think. But we used it on this side because it was gray. So we had suede. So that's what we're going to do here. Because it's gray, it's not the same color of gray. But it'll be a nice contrast. So let's cut us a chunk of this out. And then we're going to take and staple it on. Show you more. Well, oops. Hold on. Everything's falling off here. I should just throw it all on the floor and work on the floor. Okay. So we're going to turn that side down. And we're just going to kind of staple this a little bit. And try to hold it with some steeples. Like that. And then let's pull this taut this way. Boy, she's booming out there. Boom! Well, when you have that lightning, it's going to make noise.
Yeah.
I think the power's going to go out, what it looks like. I think Indiana's the only place it rains, though. I don't think it rains with storms like this anyplace else. So let's just kind of cut this off at an angle. Let me get this squared up and show you more. Barn ready.
Barn ready.
So we're going to cut these corners off here just a little like that. Pull that top. Steeple it down a little. And there, see how this looks like brand used there. It's not bad. It could be done better, but you know, probably not one of these. See if we can do that. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Let's get her bolted back on here. That don't look too bad, actually. For $1.
Yeah.
Right.
$1?
$1. Who gets $1?
That's going in the Cheyenne?
Well, this is going in old brown bag.
Forgot she had a tape deck.
Yeah, I got a tape deck in the brown bag. Are you recording?
Yep.
So we're just going to run these screws in here. Maybe. Should be another one down here. I've knocked everything off so many times. I don't see the person. There it is. I think that'll be all right.
Yeah. Just like brand new.
It's just like brand used, that's right. Just like brand used, baby. Well, I wanted to tune up the truck or adjust the carburetor, but I'm not going to go out there in that rain. You'll have to call me a wimp if you want, but I ain't working out there in that rain, so we're just going to have to end the video here today, I guess. Holy cow! That looked like it was close. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Be sure and like and share. And hey, don't forget about the memberships on the channel. Reach up there and click that old membership, join up. You get all kinds of acknowledgments, and I make videos just for members only. So anyway, as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby. The rain keeps pouring.